Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. We all know that Hunter Biden did. The Gone Father. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather 1 and 2 are generally considered among the best films ever made. They chronicled the Corleone family, the battle among the mafia clans, and the politicians and the police who gave them cover. Does that sound familiar? But given what we've learned over the years about the long-term corruption and deception of the Biden family, the Corleones have nothing on them. Exactly no one on earth with a functioning brain should have been surprised by Joe Biden's Thanksgiving pardon for his son Hunter.
He basically gives him 10 years. Anything you did illegal in this decade, forgiven. From January 2014 through December 2024, which is interesting because I think that's when Hunter Biden got involved with Ukrainian energy interests, Burisma, and the like.
Very interesting. But wait, the naive among us say, that's not what Joe, the protector of norms and democracy, told us.
Will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes. I'm extremely proud of my son, Hunter. I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
He had like every digit, behind his back. Now, the key thing here is everyone knew that Biden was lying. Yet because they knew it would hurt Biden politically and then help Trump, the entire political media establishment pretended otherwise.
He is not pardoning his son because he is living what it means to have a rule of law in this country.
A presidential promise to put the law before a family, letting the world know that he will not wipe away the decision of 12 of his son's peers.
Our current president of the United States has so much respect for the law that he has said he would not pardon his son.
They were all enablers, and everyone here is exposed. Biden, the media, Democrat staffers.
This decision by the president to, over the course of many months, insist publicly that he was not going to do this. Everyone that I have spoken to so far, and that includes senior-most former White House and administration officials, never believed the president when he said he wasn't going to pardon his son. They said this: anyone who was even close to the top knew that he was probably going to do this. Why did we pretend otherwise?
Why they pretended otherwise. Come on. They never believed Biden had clean hands here, that he was some paragon of constitutional or any other type of virtue. And they never thought Trump was a threat to democracy. But they railed against Trump's claims that the DOJ was politicized. They called all that highly damaging to the DOJ's independence, an unfair attack on the institution that keeps us safe. And now?
Does the president believe now and agree with President-elect Trump that the justice system has been weaponized for political purposes and that it needs root and branch reform?
No, read the president's statement. Seriously, read the president's statement. He said he believes in the Department of Justice. He does. He says it in his statement. He believes. He also believes that raw politics infected the process and it led to a miscarriage of justice. He believes his son was unfairly targeted.
Well, she should have submitted her resignation letter today. And she would have, I think, if she believed what they told her to say months ago, that Biden would not pardon Hunter. But look, if you were in on this from the beginning, you just keep the lie going, and then you try to have it both ways.
The president does believe in the justice system and in the Department of Justice. And he also believes that his son was singled out politically. And so this is why this president took this action.
Why didn't... Years? Then why earlier this year did he say he would not pardon Hunter?
One of the reasons the president did the pardon pardon is because they didn't seem like his political opponents would let go of it. It didn't seem like they would move on. And so this is why this president took this action.
Okay, as usual, it's Trump's fault. His political opponents wouldn't move on. Again, why is anyone surprised by this? Now, she and the rest of the White House senior staff covered up Biden's cognitive decline for years, after all. They lied that Joe was at the top of his game, he had boundless energy, so of course they would go along with the pardon lie. And these people talk about Trump's big lie. The Biden family crime syndicate and all of their unindicted co-conspirators, it was all built on a lie. This family got rich by selling access, or at least the appearance of access. Any suggestion to the contrary, well, that was just a right-wing conspiracy.
I don't know what he was doing. I never discussed a single thing with my son about anything having to do with Ukraine. I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings. I have never discussed with my son or my brother or anyone else anything having to do with their businesses, period.
All lies. And the only international business experience that Hunter was an expert in involved harlots and cocaine. Now, with this pardon declared, in early December 2024, we all know what the Bidens and their collaborators did. They sold the ongoing family lies, and they looked the other way on all of the corruption. To them, it was worth risking their own reputations, their own credibility, and frankly, the credibility of the institutions they supposedly revere so much. It was worth it to them in order to protect Biden and keep Donald Trump out of the White House. Thank God they failed. But we must never forget what they did and never let these sorts of people close to the White House again.